I need a 30 for 30 to show that I'm different like Jordan and Pippen, you bitch. I need a 30 for 30 like Jalen and Webber. Nobody gon' fuck on my clique. I need a 30 for 30.
Bro, I saw a clip the other day was Steph was being interviewed by somebody, and they asked him, you know, basically what were his thoughts going forward. And Steph basically told the motherfucker his mind set on winning another championship. And you know, folks like Bobby Lee, bring your ass to work. And other Warrior fans of the world, they love to hear that boy talk like that. Seem like he's still confident. They know he got Draymond. You know they went and got Kelly Oubre. Then we kind of talked about it last week. But my brother Klay wanted to come on and add his piece to it. To what do we think? What's the hypothesis? What's the prediction going forward for the Golden State Warriors without Klay? Do they take a step back? Were they even in consideration with a healthy Klay? These are all things that's out there. So we want to get your opinion on the Klay. What's happening?
Without Klay, I would say, we'll be real, man, and say, yeah, they may get bounced first round. We'll be real. Like, and the reason why I say this is because that the outside of let me see. When I say certain people get passes, I try to be fair when it comes to certain things. And people not trying to be honest about Curry get a lot of passes when it comes to certain stuff. But because he's played on great teams where inconsistency is like, okay, if he inconsistent, you have two or three other motherfuckers that may step in and fill that void when other teams didn't really have that luxury, that it gets swept underneath the rug. We mostly focus on when Curry dropped 30-point games or 40-point game, but we forget the 9 and 11-point games that he have that they still win because you have other players that can drop 30 as well. So it's like the way I say that, man, they may be in trouble is because Klay play a major part in that team scheme that if you don't replace that, you may be in trouble. And what I mean by that is he take a lot of the pressure off of Curry as far as scoring wise as well as defensive wise. Because anytime teams attack Curry on defense and make him play defense, his shooting, which is can we agree that that's his best trait? Is his shooting ability?
Yeah, of course.
His shooting ability is be kind of up and down. And you can go back to like the 2013. Like when teams force this boy to play defense, where he got to expend normal energy on defense. I ain't saying he's a terrible defender, but when teams attack him, his shooting plummet. And then you'll see these times where, okay, game one, you may have 29, maybe have 30-something. Game two, you may see him with 15. You may see 11. You know what I'm saying? You may see that. But you will see players like a Klay step up and drop their 30. Or you may see I done seen Draymond put up 30. You know what I'm saying? When if either one of them struggled or whatnot. My point is when it comes to Curry has a history of inconsistencies when it comes to when it comes to Bron. If Bron have 11-point games and shit like that, their ass losing. You see what I'm saying? A lot of players, if they have low-point games like that, they losing. But because Curry has that luxury of, okay, Klay can get hot and get you 30-something. And he done shown that if you look at these playoff series, we done seen Klay, and this is why me and Joe had arguments about this. We done seen Klay without KD and without Curry. When Curry went out, what was it like? What was that 2016? When he got hurt? 16, 17? When they lost to the Cavs. That year, he got hurt early in that Rocket series, and he missed, I want to say the first 4 games or something with that Blazers series. So it was no KD, no Curry, and Klay stepped up and delivered Curry scoring wise. You know what I'm saying? He was giving you like 5 assists as well. But the 30-point game, the 20-point score, the 30-point scoring, high 20, 30, Klay stepped in and did that. That a lot of people don't realize that because they remember Curry finishing them off. Man, Curry, if you look at the playoff history he has inconsistent games, but because they win and he finished, folks forget the mediocre games and they only remember when he scores 30 or something like that. But they don't see that, okay, you have Klay that steps in with that as well as whole defense. So I'm saying if they don't replace that defender or like you can replace that defense, you probably can, but somebody that can get you 30 like Curry can, efficient shooting, clutch. Well, in them game sixes when you need it, and you seen Klay step in and do this several times. When you see that type of stuff, when Curry is not having his best shooting games, who's gonna be that one player that does that? How do they replace that? How do they get basically try to emulate that with Klay being one player that's doing that? And so that's what I'm saying. In my opinion, I think they is in trouble because you see the KD and because you see the Curry, what Curry does and what KD does, they overlook that Klay, if you give him the same amount of opportunity shooting wise, he can get you 32. He can give you them same numbers like that. It's just that we don't look at it like that because, like Joe alluded to, he's not no I'll take you off the dribble type of player. But shit, 30 is 30. It don't matter if the motherfucker catching and shooting or coming off the dribble. You know what I'm saying? To me, at the end of the day, it's about scoring points. So shit, I don't give a damn as long as you efficient and shooting, I don't give a damn if you come off a screen or if you breaking somebody off the dribble. If you giving me that 30 and everybody else still kind of involved and you can make shit happen off of that, I don't care how you get it as long as you get it. And so that's what I'm thinking. People gonna really see. I'm trying to think of a player that got hurt and was like, okay, now you see how important he was. People are gonna see how important Klay was to their team, and they gonna see that okay, when Curry has to hold defense, he ain't shooting. He ain't Chef Curry like that. Like she teacher. Can you ask air fried chicken? He ain't doing that shit when he got a hold defense. He ain't doing it.
All right,
all
so
right.
question though, Klay, because you said they gonna get bounced in the playoffs, which
I
is
said they may get bounced first. I'll put it like this. I'm gonna put
no,
it
but
on.
we asked what seed would they be?
Man, I think them boys may be like a. I'm gonna be real. I think them boys may be like a 7 seed. To be honest.
Okay, so that's what we said. We said 6 through 8 without
But
Klay,
with him, but
but
with Klay,
with Klay we said fourth. Well,
man, that's
I
still
said fourth.
giving respect to the champs. I'm gonna say the Lakers #1, but man, Golden State #2, man. With Curry, like like with that, like I'm just saying with the way they play
You saying with Klay?
with Klay,
Okay,
with that
they
offense, I'm
number
putting them
two.
#2.
I think the Golden State team that you're talking about, they long gone from that. They don't have that same kind of bench that they had.
I feel you on the bench like that, but they got players that I mean they got players or whatnot that can come in and fill in certain type of role. Like the bench, when we saying the bench, all right, we like with Livingston and those type of players like that, I understand it. But I'm saying like them JaVales and shit like that, them wasn't just like Swaggy P and all them like that. I mean the Swaggy Ben had fell off from how he was, but I'm saying them
Yeah,
wasn't just people that you were just gonna rely on. The offense kind of made the way the team played kind of built them boys up to where if they go somewhere else, they looking better than what they was. I'm saying that system and that culture made a lot of them players like that. It wasn't just like, okay, you got a Jamal Crawford coming off the bench, he gonna give it to you like that. They just all of the shit just mesh well. But even without starting caliber type of players on the bench, them boys still, to
okay.
me, them boys still #2 to me.
So with Klay, give me your top four.
My top four, respecting to because I always get a chance they respect. The
Mhm.
Lakers, shit, just bump everybody else down that y'all said, but insert Golden State to #2. So I say the
So
Lakers, Golden State. I'm debating on.
saying Nuggets, Clippers,
I'm
Clippers,
debating. I'm
Nuggets.
debating. Yeah. You can flip flop them
One of
like
them.
that,
What about Houston? Right?
and might be
What about Houston?
Houston. I don't know, man. I don't know what they gonna do. I don't know. They blowing it. I don't know what what pieces they gonna have, what I guess direction they gonna. I don't even know if Harden gonna even be on that damn team. So that's why I'm saying it. Like I don't know. I can't. There's an unknown with them. But I'm saying if they bring everybody back, I slide them in it. I don't know, man. There's too many. They, you know what I'm saying? They're going through a culture change a little bit right now. So
they are.
What's nasty?
Huh?
What's nasty?
So I'm saying my top four will be, like I said, you either it's gonna be the the Lakers, Golden State, either the Nuggets or Clippers, or the Clippers and the Nuggets. That's me.
So with now, what was OKC last year?
They were 5.
I think they were
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
They blew it up.
And they best they best players were Chris Paul, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and who?
Then Schroeder.
And Schroeder.
Gallinari was
give Gallinari some love.
He was straight too.
All right, and that's in the West. So you think that even with Klay out, that if a team like OKC can get the 5, that a team with a healthy Steph Curry, who's the greatest shooter of all time, a guy with the former defensive player of the year, who they claim he in best shape since that time, the number 2 pick, number 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 pick in the draft, and why a big that they needed, and they went and got Kelly Oubre, who I know Klay had some big games, all right, but the highest Klay ain't never averaged over 22 points a game in his career. That's even before.
I got you.
That's even before KD got there. All right. His career average is 19.5 a game. And they got a guy on the team already who for his career averaged more than that. Wiggins averaged 19.7 per game. Now it's not shooting, it's slashing. So what Klay gave them shooting, they get them same buckets slashing. Yeah. I know Klay does stick D. He sticks better D than Steph, but this the first time he made our defensive team is that last year that he was healthy. You know what I'm saying? So at Joe, I think maybe Joe said it one time. I was wondering, were we overrating Klay's defense because he on a winning team like that? Like, does he be shutting motherfuckers down like that for real? Or is he the better perimeter defender on a winning team, and then we just look at it and it's more. I give you an example.
Go ahead.
And then I'll let you. I give you an example of this. Like I was telling y'all last week, my young boy Bobby Lee told me that Steve Kerr is a better basketball player than Rubio. Now, why did he say that? Because Steve Kerr is on the Chicago Bulls, and his name is a name in basketball lexicon. Yeah. So, but you just on a winning team, motherfucker think you did something. Steve Kerr averaged 6 points for his fucking career and was a spot shooter, and that's it. Couldn't defend, couldn't run your offense, couldn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder if we be putting Klay up there as a lockdown defender sometimes. I know I say good, but is he locked? Is he like Klay gonna clamp him up in the ass?
But that's the reason. That's the reason I used to like go at it with Klay about Klay. The only reason I say this because I ain't even looking at defensive player of the year because we done seen some messed up stuff with that. Marc Gasol winning and not LeBron James, and Marc Gasol didn't even make all-team defense. That's crazy.
I just found out that they did the same thing with Tyson Chandler the year before. That's what I heard.
Really? So I'm not even talking about defensive player of the year, but just being on an all-defensive team. Remember?
I think he was second team or something.
Like how many Klay has been on?
One.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that he everybody that he guards lights him up. I'm just saying I can't say, and even in today's game, which Klay, you said this yourself, defense, there's really no such thing as defense. Because the way they got the calls now, that gives the offensive guy the upper hand. So the guy that's normally going to get his 30, he going to get his 30 anyway.
Yeah. This my point, though. I'm not saying he like Kawhi lockdown. Like, I'm not saying like that. I'm saying that, okay, on that, the way they run their team, he going to take the perimeter person, right?
But you don't think Wiggins or Oubre gonna take on that responsibility?
Yeah,
Oubre gonna get that though.
Yeah, do that. But you getting with Klay. That's what I'm saying. In one player, you getting a person who gonna take the pressure off of Curry defensive wise, and you got another elite shooter. Like we don't know what Oubre and Wiggins and them gonna do in the playoffs. We don't know what the fuck they gonna do. We don't know that, but we done seen Klay drop 30 something.
We talking about the seeding. We were talking about the seeding. Now I don't think nobody gonna beat us anyway. But we were talking about the seed. I was talking about during the regular season, and especially where you ain't got any fans.
Regular season going in. This is what I'm saying.
I said no excuses for Steph. If he that shit that motherfuckers talking about, folks talking about GOAT point guard. It's starting to, the chatter is there. I know people love Magic, but the chatter is there for this man. Magic got 3 MVPs. Steph got 2. Isaiah Thomas ain't win no MVPs. Nope. You know what I'm saying? John Stockton ain't win no MVPs. This motherfucker Steph got 3 titles and 2 MVPs. It's some chatter. So if this son bitch is in the GOAT talk for PG, and your organization, that's all I'm saying. That's what I was saying. If your organization said, oh damn, your sidekick went down, fuck it. We gonna dip off into the luxury tag and go get you this piece to go with this Wiggins piece already. We got this draft pick. Shit, we got you still. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
I'm saying the team as is. Oh man, I'm still the best I see is probably if everything working. I say like a 5th. If everything working.
So who is that because of your doubt or your disbelief in Steph then, huh?
My thing is okay, all right. I'm looking at it like this. I done seen the inconsistencies in Curry. You see what I'm saying? Well, I don't know about regular season, but since we're doing the season, I gotta say, okay, I'm using that as a sample size. I see inconsistencies when it comes to Curry. Now, unless the league, unless motherfuckers just don't care about the regular season and they ain't trying to get at Curry like that, I'm saying that, okay, it ain't no more Klay to do them scoring like that. It ain't no KD to do that scoring like that. You have Wiggins, who, like you said, he's a slasher and everything like that, but that's a different type of game they're going to have to play with him compared to with Klay.
Is Wiggins
Wiseman? I don't know what Wiseman gonna do.
Let me ask you this: is Wiggins an upgrade over Harrison Barnes from those strength and number warriors?
Yeah, I'll say he's probably a little more accurate. I mean, a little more active.
Yeah, I say yeah, because I done seen, like I said, I'm looking back in history, like 2013 and shit like that. I done seen Harrison Barnes, like, what was it, the Spurs series? I done seen Harrison Barnes put some numbers up.
He'll shine a game and then he go missing 3-4 games and then shine a game.
So I would say, I get an edge. I just say just get going. I just get an edge to Wiggins, but I don't see it like it's like, okay, yeah, he's way much now. I don't see that. I don't see him like, okay, he way much better like that. I'm just saying, as this team is constructed now, I don't know what Wiseman gonna do. Oubre solid. Well, I'm not counting on him to replace no Klay type of shit. I'm not counting on that. Wiggins, if he give me 20 a game again, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. But I'm looking at it like I've never seen Curry like just kill like that without Klay. You see what I'm saying? Like with his name, they the Splash Brothers. It ain't Curry and then Klay. They the Splash Brothers. Like when I start seeing success with Curry, it was when Klay was there and Draymond was there. All right, Draymond there, but Klay gone. I don't know what Curry really. I'm not saying he a scrub, but I really don't know what Curry would do. We could have had it this year, but he broke his hand. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what Curry will do without having the role responsibility that Klay play in that offense, because they play off each other. Like it's like Curry the better overall player, but it's like they work off of each other's strengths and weaknesses. So it's like I can't say what the fuck Curry will do because he done it so long with Klay. And even Curry said himself. You know what I'm saying? Even Curry was saying for himself. Curry said, my career ain't not gonna be the same without Klay. I don't know what he'll do. I'm just being real.
So T, what you think?
I ain't laughing at that. I'm trying to see what's going on down here with T.
I'm out. Tell you allowed to say that, man. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. That's all I'm gonna say, man. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave like this here. Steph, I said it last week. What is Steph gonna do? What's Steph gonna do? And that's my That's my only question. I'm gonna leave it at that. What is Steph gonna do with no Klay? How's he going to respond? What is he gonna do to elevate his team to, let's just say, fourth in the West? So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Cause
Steph say he gonna win the ship, man. That was Steph say.
yeah, he didn't beat Barkley and he didn't beat. He
Yeah, I
didn't
mean,
beat
he
Barkley
tripping.
and
He
Field.
tripping on that for sure.
He didn't beat Barkley and Field. That's all I'm saying. He didn't beat
You
Field.
talking about the
Mickelson, and
golf
Barkley.
match? Okay.
I'm just saying, you need to come on with something. You give me something better. But I mean, I'm seriously though. Steph is he's under the microscope. I think he's gonna be under the microscope more than ever. I think it's gonna be because he's so great, but yet he's had so much help that I think people are gonna go, well, what can you do without him? So I think he's gonna be under a lot of scrutiny this year. So he's going to be extra special. He's going to be Davidson Steph.
I mean, with all this talking, he better be though.
Man, well, like you said, well, if all that shit that people say, cause look, well, y'all don't realize I'm in a Facebook group, sports group, where they like Steph the God. You see what I'm saying? They talk like this, and I'm like, okay. Now when Klay got hurt, they start bringing up the lineup, and they like, man, what this man gonna do with this lineup? I'm like, the way y'all talk shit about Curry, the way y'all say what he do, I said if the motherfucker don't make the second round, he overrated, goddamn it. That's why I said he overrated if his ass don't make the second round. And that's what I think. I'm not saying he a bad player, and I'm not saying he trash, and I'm not saying he don't deserve them accolades. I'm saying that the way people is rating him, the way people rate him, he supposed to make it to the second round. I just don't rate him like how everybody else rate him because I see the help that he has. When he cooking like a motherfucker. But folks don't remember them games when he don't cook. They don't remember them 9-point games. They only remember, oh, he averaged 20 something this in the third. Okay, if the nigga scored 30 first game, 10, 11, 17, then come back 40, it ain't like he averaged a high 20 something every game. Somebody else had to come in and put up them numbers that we accustomed to him doing for them to win them games. Otherwise, it'd have been a lot of 4-2s and they ass going home. You see what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't have been no they going to the finals and losing to the Cavs if Klay ain't do what he did. You see what I'm saying? And that's what people don't be respecting. And that's why I'm saying they devalue him to push Curry up. It's like the same shit what I be saying with Bron. They devalue everybody else to push Bron career up. But I know Bron gonna give you them solid numbers because he had to do it night in and night out. I don't know what Curry gonna do because ever since Curry been good, don't nobody talk about when Monte was there. They don't say shit about what like they don't remember that what Monte team is. His ankles was hurt. That's why he wasn't doing shit. But y'all don't want to speak about how they got put out by the Clippers and shit. This is when Chef Curry came into the league. I mean, came in and did what he did against the Spurs. Even though they lost, he made his bones versus the Spurs. The next year, I want to talk about what Curry did versus the Clippers, because you know CP3 gonna make them work. See, this is what I'm saying. Like they overrate Curry and downplay other people. So if his ass like they say he is, he supposed to get him to the second round. If it don't, the motherfucker overrated. That's how I'm looking at this shit like this. And I don't think he gonna do it.
Bobby Lee gonna have smoke for you, boy.
Oh, hey.
That's cool, bro. But look, tell Bobby, if he a real fan and he was looking at them series, he know what I'm talking about.
No, he's not a fan. Much more.
I'll put like this.
Much
put
more.
like this. This how you kill that shit. Pull them stats up. Just go through their playoff series and pull it up. And what he gonna say? So look,
Klay, did you listen to the Eminem song "Stan"?
Oh yeah, he terrible. What he gonna say?
This is that shit in the real life.
Oh yeah, well shit, ain't no talk. He Ray then. Ain't no talking to him. Then.
No, it's worse than Ray. He said he wished God.
Damn, I don't want to talk to him. Then
he said he wished God would give his ankles to Steph, so Steph can be the defender. So Steph can be the defender that he know he is.
When he ever was that defender? That's what I want to know.
He said he said it's in him, but Steph just needs his ankles. And then it's nothing he'll be able to do. He said after this next title, Steph Curry is better than Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Praise be to the ghost. Praise be to
Shit.
the
Hey, Ray said he was the GOAT after the first one.
Ray also said Klay Thompson is the GOAT.
Yeah.
So and then argue with me for an hour that LeBron is the GOAT in the same episode.
And then turn around and say, Kerr, look, this man said Kerr the GOAT, and then turn around and say, he way more inconsistent than Harden, who ain't really that good. How can he be both? Like, I was saying, how can he be that? I don't understand it.